The news was so frightening that it did not get lost even amidst the end-of-year hustle and reached the top of the incident news. The first person who encountered parts of the corpse was a municipal street cleaner. The situation was so disgusting and nauseating that the street cleaner fainted upon seeing it. And if a passing driver hadn't accidentally seen the street cleaner faint, it's uncertain what would have happened to him. What the municipal cleaner encountered was the severed head of a young man completely detached from his body, and it was unclear where the body was. On the morning of Thursday, the 23rd of Esfand 1403, the news of a severed head found on the edge of Resalat Highway near the Abbasabad Hills spread throughout Iran and shocked everyone. Hello friends, welcome to the Confession channel. You are watching and listening to another case from our video series. A case of a horrific family revenge and a decapitated body found on the side of Resalat Highway. If you're interested in the Confessions reports about criminal cases, we would be happy. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell next to it so you don't miss new videos. One of the first people to arrive at the scene where the body was found narrated the incident this way. I was stuck in traffic when suddenly my attention was drawn to a city sanitation worker. I felt like he was standing still and staring at a point. I became suspicious, and while I was watching him, suddenly I saw him stagger and fall to the ground. Since my father had a heart attack at home, I'm very sensitive about this issue. That's why I thought the same thing had happened to that poor guy. I managed to pull over with difficulty and got to him. But before I could help the poor guy, my eyes fell on the severed head and, I'm very sorry, I became very nauseous. This passing driver pulls himself together and then helps the municipal sanitation worker regain consciousness. They call 110, and minutes later, a team of police officers and a small forensic unit from Tehran arrive at the scene. In the initial investigation of the area, other body parts are found within a roughly 100-meter radius. Those who were on the Resalat Highway on the morning of Esfand the 23rd, 1403, passing through the Abbasabad Hills area. They noticed the yellow crime scene tapes that had been placed there, and the police and forensic vehicles were also present at the site. Photos and images made their way to social networks, and the Tehran police chief had to respond to numerous calls from reporters before noon, asking what the incident on the edge of Resalat Highway was about. The chief of Tehran's police in an interview said that an armed corpse was found in the green area along the highway, and his colleagues in the intelligence police are investigating to uncover the mystery of the crime and have found some clues. Finding a flattened corpse, especially on the edge of one of Tehran's busiest highways, was terrifying in itself. So much so that the words of the Tehran police chief couldn't calm the people. The news spread at the speed of light on social media. Some Instagram pages even posted fake photos alongside the news. But the reality was that, considering the presence of the police in a short period at the site where the beheaded corpse was found, besides the first two people, the city sanitation worker, and the person who went to help him, no one else arrived at the scene, and there was no sign of mobile cameras, photos, or videos. Initial investigations indicated that the victim was murdered at an unknown location with unclear motives, and the perpetrator, after dismembering the body, transferred it to this area. The condition of the corpse also showed that the killer carried out the act without any stress or fear. First, they completely severed the head, then detached the hands and even tried to separate the legs from the body. He tried to separate the legs from the body, but failed. The torso of the corpse, with no clothes on and wrapped in black plastic, was found among the shrubs, and the head and hands were within a radius of 100 meters of it. The city sanitation worker encountered the severed head of the body, which had fallen out of a plastic bag while sweeping the grass, and fainted. Naturally, carrying the heavy parts of the corpse was not possible just by foot. That's why, as a first step, the traffic cameras on both directions of Resalat Highway and the intersections close to where the corpse was found were reviewed, and the case investigator reached a conclusion much sooner than expected. During the initial review of the cameras, I noticed a low-model black Pride with the license plate number Iran 47, which stopped at the location where the body was found at 2:23:30 in the night. He pulls out a few large bags from the trunk and takes them into the green space on the side of the highway. And a few minutes later, he returns without anything in his hands. He searches, information and details of the car owner are extracted, and it is determined to belong to a 27-year-old man from Iraq. At the same time that the car's license plate is registered as a murder suspect in the police system, his residence in Iraq is also put under surveillance. But before they find him in Iraq, the police trace him to Nizamabad, Tehran, and he is arrested at his workplace, which was a machine shop on the 4th of Farvardin, 1404, on charges of murder. He, who became very flustered upon seeing the police, tries to appear unaware. However, in the initial investigations, it becomes clear that his brother has been missing since the 22nd of Esfand, and the details match the discovered body. With the missing brother, it becomes clear that the body belongs to this person's brother. City traffic cameras had recorded the suspect and his car while he was removing the body from the trunk of his car and leaving it by the roadside. For this reason, he had no way to escape, and on the 4th of Farvad in 1404, which is 11 days after the crime, he confessed to his brother's murder at the Tehran Criminal Investigations Department and explained the details of his crime. After our dad died, he took over the shop. He had gathered 4 fake signatures and claimed that he had bought the store from my father when he was alive. He transferred my mother's house to his own name and built it, without giving anything to me and my sister. All that was left from my father was a piece of farmland worth 2 billion. I had warned him about the land. Don't. I sent him a message. The farmland is my red line, and I'm not joking. If he goes for the land, I will kill you. I was drowning in filth and misery. He was enjoying life with the money that was rightfully mine and my sister's. It was the 21st of Esfand, and I was in the workshop cutting leather for sandals, when my sister called and said my brother was putting up a fence around the land. I realized he was after the land, snapped, and went to Aral that very night. The next morning, I saw him at the land. We argued and he pulled a knife on me, trying to kick me off the land. In an instant, I lost control and hit his head with a pickaxe. Then, filled with so much hatred, I cut his head off there like a sheep and chopped up his body. I thought if I bring the body to Tehran, since it was lost in Iraq, they would bury it as unidentified, and it wouldn't be revealed. But it didn't work out. After these shocking confessions, the 27-year-old defendant has been sent to prison for the case of premeditated murder until his trial. Thank you for being with us until now. Please share your comments with us below this page. And if you haven't joined our channel yet, support us and our activities by subscribing.